from My Dreaming Soap. Welcome to my channel. Now, those of you who regularly watch my videos know that at the moment I'm just trying to pop up videos every now and again while I can, while I've got some projects on. Now, one of those projects that I've been doing and I'm really excited about is that I've built myself a little soap studio. Now, it's primarily aimed at being sort of like a studio where I can video all my soap making, because at the moment I make my soap in my kitchen, which is great, which is fine. It's got lots of lovely space and all that sort of stuff. But the problem is that any time I want to record something, I have to get all my tripods out, my camera out, my lighting out, and all of that sort of stuff, set the whole thing up, and it's really quite a rigmarole to do it. And it kind of stops me sometimes videoing stuff that I think, oh, I'd like to video this, but if it's something quite quick, by the time I've set out all of my kit, it just takes me so long. And obviously with it being in my home kitchen, I can't just leave tripods and cameras and everything out all of the time. So I've been making myself a little soap studio in my garden. Basically it's a summer house, shed type thing. And when I say making, I have literally constructed it all myself. I bought a summer house, which I built myself, and I've painted it and decorated it, and I've bought some second-hand kitchen cabinets, which I've sanded them all down and resprayed the doors and all sorts of stuff like that. And I'm really pleased with the outcome. So I'm standing in it right now. Now, if you want to see the details of how I've gone out and done this, I'm going to do a detailed sort of diary post on my Patreon account, so by all means pop over there and you can see the full build of the shed, or the studio I should be calling it, my studio. So gosh, what's this soap about? Well, I haven't yet made anything in my studio. I've literally built the thing, I finished it yesterday, and so now this is the first time I'm actually going to be making some soap in the studio. So this soap is going to be pretty straightforward. I didn't want to do anything that was going to take hours and hours or be massively complicated, because I still need to get used to where I've put everything and how everything's working and how my camera's working and all of that sort of stuff. So a fairly straightforward soap for this video. Okay then, so I'm in my shed. Let's go and make some soap. So the first thing I'm going to do with this soap is I'm going to make some little embeds. Now I'm actually going to do a black raspberry vanilla soap. I'm going to make some little raspberry embeds with the iDreaming soap, little raspberry extruder. I'm not going to do black raspberries, I'm just going to do sort of raspberry coloured raspberries. Okay, so let's just get these unsealed and we'll extrude some raspberries. So I've got some lime soap dough, lime coloured, obviously it's not got any fragrance or anything in, and I've just rolled it up. I'm just using my small extruder today. I think that's going to be absolutely fine, because these are only very small little embeds and I don't need that many of them, so I'm not getting out my big extruder. So let's just fill that up, just get my raspberry stem. And then we can just extrude these out. Okay, so I've got my two little bits now, and what I want to do is just join the tops and bottoms together. Now, you can use some nice clean distilled water to do this, but I have literally just extruded these, so I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to join them together because they're still, as I said, very freshly extruded, and they're only tiny weeny little bits of embed, so they should be fine. Okay, so there they are ready. I'm just going to put those to the side. I'm not going to bother wrapping them or anything because I'm going to use them straight away. And also, I'm not going to bother letting them dry out or anything because, again, I'm just popping them in the soap and using them straight away. So just pop those to the side. So just going to start my first layer. So I've got my melted oils. I'm going to put my mica straight into my oils and blend from there because it's just a single colour for this. So I'm just going to weigh off the mica that I want. Okay, and then I'm just going to blend that in with my lye, my sodium lactate. And then for my fragrance oil, I'm using Black Raspberry Vanilla from Sensory Perfection. Just a single colour and I'm not doing anything fancy with it. I am going to give it a little blend in. This is a fragrance oil that it doesn't move fast, but I'd say it moves at sort of a medium rate. It's not a super slow one. And then all I want to do with this is just pour it into my mould. So, very straightforward. Okay, so I'm going to let that set up a little bit and then I'm just going to give it a scrape to give it a little bit of shape on that layer. Right, I think I'm set up enough. Now I'm going to try to take the smallest amount of this off as I can, because I just want it to give a bit of a shape to the soap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and scrape it, and then I'm going to put the bits that I've scraped into the sort of areas that need a bit more. And this is only a sort of like a curve shape, so it's not as if I'm trying to create a particular design or anything, so it doesn't matter, you know, if it's not completely accurate, as it were. Okay, I think that will do. Okay, so let's get on with the next layer now. So same process, but now I'm going to do the next layer white, but I am going to put the embeds in this layer. Okay, so let's get that second layer in. So just simply adding this white and my embeds. Okay, so there we are, all scraped, and I didn't take very much off at all. As you can see, this little cut's just got a tiny weeny little bit in the bottom. So I'm going to use that for a little sample soap. And then I've just got to finish off that last layer. So that's just going to be a straightforward pour. Now I'm just going to pour a little bit off, just tiniest amounts off for the, just have a little bit of colour and a swirl on the top. Now I meant to ideally do some of this when it wasn't dark purple, but we'll see what we can get to. I just want a slight difference in the colours on the top. Yes, if I can lighten that down, and if I pour some of that onto the pink. You only need very tiny amounts at the top of your soap for a little swirl. Okay, I think that'll work. It's quite a subtle difference, but I think that'll be great. Okay, it's going to bang down, get that nice and level. Now, it should be lovely and level. I spent a long time meticulously laying my shed base and making sure it was 100% level. And then as I built my studio on it, I made sure everything was level and the flooring was level. And then when I put my cabinets in, I checked and checked again and made sure everything was level. And certainly looking at my soap now, it looks level. Could you imagine that? If you'd spent all that effort of making yourself a soap studio and everything was on the wonk. So luckily I seem to be level, which is brilliant. Right, let's just get this top finished off. So there we go. So as normal, I'm going to cover that. Let's do that with my cover. It's a bit messy, isn't it? That's because I have those embeds sitting on them. Better. And pop it as normal, so into the oven on the lowest heat. For me that's about, well, my oven goes right down to 30, but I'm going to put it in about 70 degrees C and then turn the oven off and just leave it there until tomorrow. Here we are the next day, and it's really quite dark out, so it'll be interesting to see how this comes out in my new studio. So here's our little soap that we made. Nothing, as we said, nothing massively complicated about it. Let's get this cut, shall we? Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got inside. Ah, look, here we are. I quite like that. That's come out really cute. As I say, quite nice and simple, but cute. I like the way my little raspberries have come out. So that is my inaugural soap in my brand new soap studio. I hope you like it. I think it's quite cute, and I'm really excited about having my new little studio. And it was just so lovely soaping in here, because normally I have everything in sort of a big tub, and if I want a tool or anything, I go fishing around in my little pencil case and dig it out, and if I want a jug, I've got everything in a box that I have to sort of rummage through. Where here it was just lovely to just open a drawer and get something out. So it was really lovely. I had to do a few little runs back into the house for things that I wanted, like I realised I needed a squeezy bottle of sort of cleaner so I can keep my sides clean and that sort of stuff. And I think at one point I didn't have any scissors to open my soap dough, but there are going to be things that will obviously work out and I'll get all super organised. I thought I'd just leave you with a view of my little studios. That's probably what you're here for in this video. So here it is, my little studio in my garden. I'll try not to make you feel sick as I have a quick wander around. So my little work surfaces, I've got some more cupboards this side, and then just my camera rig going over the top. Camera's not on it at the moment because obviously that's in my hands. And then you can see at the moment I've just got a little setup where I'm taking some photos with a backdrop behind the soap that I've just made. And then just to finish, here is that photo of the soap I was taking in my brand new studio. Hope you've enjoyed this video and you like the soap and you like my new little studio. It's not a huge studio or anything like that, but I'm really excited about it, and it's going to make me being able to take videos and all that sort of stuff so much easier. So I'm really thrilled with the way it's come out. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you'd like to see what I'm doing in the future, why not subscribe to my channel, and happy soaping.